Well, it's winter time here in Eastern Canada. We had false spring. It got warm and everything melted, and then it got cold and it snowed again. And well, I'm blocked in the yard. You see a payloader out there? They're unloading a transport truck that chose our ditch to park in. So since I can't go anywhere, I figured it'd be a good time to change the oil in this thing, the R51 Pathfinder. So if you've ever wondered how to do it, here you go. I dive in here, pull my oil cap off. I don't know if that helps or not with it draining, but you know, seems right. Just leave it there so the dirt doesn't get in. Then we dive underneath. I believe it's a 14 mil socket and an oil pan. That's what we'll need. Here we go. Coming in from the front, there we are. 14 did fit. I'm gonna take it off by hand, my non-gloved hand, so I can wipe it off. And just push it up in there while we take it off, and it'll keep most of the oil from running down my arm. No, it won't. Here we go. You ready? Perfect. We're gonna let that drain. That's my oil plug. I'm gonna take that crush washer off it right there and replace that with a new one because, well, because I can. Ready to go with a new crush washer. Well, that's draining out. We get access to the oil filter, which is right through this little panel right here. I think it's 10 mil bolts, so we're gonna go get a 10 millimeter and come on. There's the oil filter right up in there. Some people tell you to put a plastic bag over that, and then you don't make such a mess, but these have this handy little trough. Can you see that? And it doesn't work at all. It's gonna drip oil all over my frame everywhere, but that's okay because free undercoating. I live where there's salt. I'm gonna grab a filter wrench. We're gonna twist that off. I used a filter wrench, looks like this. It's the universal one. I grabbed it. You see it? There it is. Loosened it up. And now I should be able to twist it off there by hand, but I'm gonna wait till that's done draining. Now, if you care to torque things to spec, the manual says 22 to 29 foot-pounds for your oil drain plug. So we're going 25, or just, you know, snug enough to crush that washer. That's what you really want. There it is. So you clean that drain plug up. You can't really see it because it's bright right there in the middle, so that if it leaks, you can tell later, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna reach up in here, get a hold of that filter right there, take it off. And now that is where, well, let's be real, that's where oil is gonna run down your arm. So make sure you're wearing a real good shirt like I am right now. Play your cards just right. The oil filter will sit right there on the sway bar while everything drains, and then you can reach through the side to get it out of there. So I'm gonna go around and do that. All right, this is from the passenger side. Sometimes you can reach right through that hole, grab your filter, and get it out of there without getting too terribly dirty. Look at that, we did all right. Turn that upside down in my drain pan. I'm gonna go get the new filter. I'm in the house now because it's too cold outside for a paint marker to work. I'm just gonna write the date on this filter so that next time I change the oil, I can be embarrassed at how overdue it is. I was always taught when you change your oil, take a little bit of the old oil around the O-ring of your new filter and around the threads. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know why. I have no idea. Maybe it helps it not bind up when it's turning on there or something like that. I do it because, well, my dad did and my grandfather did and his father did, and it's worked for all of them. So it works for me too. You don't have to. There it is right there in the center of the screen. I'm looking at it from the passenger side. I reach in there by hand, turn it on there. I've never had it leak. I don't use my filter to put it on because I don't want to damage it, you know? But you can. Lots of people do. Probably some of you are going to hit the comments and say, don't do it by hand, it'll leak. That's fine. You do you. Just get it on there tight. Now, if you check the manual, it'll tell you it takes 5.1 liters with the filter change. The only truck or vehicle I've ever owned that does take an even amount is that Dodge sitting right out there. God bless you, Chrysler. But this one, 5.1, which means these are 946 ml bottles or 1 US quart. It takes, what, about 5.4 quarts, or 5 of these plus 370 milliliters. So we're just gonna pour and stop when we've drained 370 milliliters. Which means my target on this bottle is to stop when there's still 576 milliliters in it. And I do it on the first bottle because if I miss, I'll just empty the bottle and try again on the next one. If I do it on the last bottle, you know, it matters. So yeah, I missed. There's 500. So we're just gonna dump this whole bottle in and go get another one. Set that there, let it drain out. Try it again. We're gonna stop at 570. Let's see. Nope, we're at 750. We're just below 750. We're gonna call that 570. So this bottle, I'm gonna cap it, put it on a shelf. It's just extra oil. The rest of them, we just empty. And I just saved my old oil jugs in a pile in the corner because theoretically I'm gonna take that oil I drained out, put it back in here and properly recycle it someday, or I'll get frustrated with the amount of empty oil jugs I have and just make them disappear, whichever comes first. All right, it's frosty here because it's winter, because that's when you should do auto repair. I'm gonna button it back up. I'm gonna put that plate back on. I'm gonna check for leaks, not in that order, reverse that order. And if nothing's leaking, we're gonna start it up, let it circulate, check the level after it sits a bit and all the things. I didn't tell you what I used for oil because, well, everybody's got an opinion on that, so go ask somebody else. What else? Oh yeah, my teenage kids tell me that if you hit the red button, if this was helpful or funny to you, 10 years from now I might be able to buy a coffee courtesy of YouTube, and that would be kind of cool. Lastly, this Mack truck hat from the 70s, my favorite winter hat ever. If you got one sitting in a closet, I'd like to know about it. I'd buy it from you. Just saying. Have a good one.